lovely yogi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose and I am your instructor for day 5 of your Find Your Inner Dancer challenge. Today we're working on standing balances, so if you have any blocks, keep them close by and let's get going. So come to stand anywhere on your mat just for now, and we're just going to bring the feet really close together, so bring the inner arches of your feet just to kiss together nice and tight. Just have a little rock forwards and backwards. And we're going to come into the foundation of all of our standing balances first, our Tadasana. So just have a little look down at your feet. And we're going to pick all of the toes off of the mat. So almost pressing down into that lovely pad underneath your toes. Think right the way across and picking those toes off. If you can from here, spread them nice and wide like Monster Munch crisps. That's really weird, isn't it? Don't worry if you can't spread them. It took me ages to do. Have a really good try. And then from here, we're going to place them back down on the mat one at a time, from the little pinky toe right the way to the big toe. Good. So feel that lovely grounding roots through your feet into the floor. Let's do this a few times to get a feel for it. Here we go. So lifting the toes off the floor, pressing those pads under the feet, nice and rooting down, and then spread the toes nice and wide if you can. And then placing them down one at a time. Feel all of the legs turn on as well here. And here we go, let's go one last time. So picking all of the toes off. Spread them nice and wide. You can pull any face you want during this, and then placing them back down one at a time. This is our Pada Bandha, our foot lock here into the floor. This is really going to help us in all of our standing balances, especially our dancer's pose. Fantastic. From here, just soften the knees a little bit, and we're thinking of wrapping our thigh muscles and our upper thigh bone almost out to the side and round and up the back, so our glutes are engaged. Tailbone, we're imagining to be lovely and long here, so we're drawing up through the front of the body from the floor. Chest is nice and lifted. We're opening across our collarbone. Shoulders are drawing down our back. Palms come to face forward here. So like I said, we've got a lovely current of energy coming up the front of our body. Nice and tall, up through the crown of the head. And then think of it looping down over the back to really elongate and ground into the floor. And this is our Tadasana, our mountain pose, the foundation of all our standing postures. So just have a little feel for how this feels. If you need to pause the video at any point and just spend a little bit longer here, then please do, of course. If you're ready to begin with me, then come to step at the very top of your mat, and we'll come back into that lovely pose. Soften the knees a little bit here to wrap the thigh bones around and underneath. Glutes are nice and turned on. And here we go, we're going to go straight back into our chair pose, our Utkatasana. So as we inhale now, we're going to send the weight back into the heels as we raise the hands overhead. So as if literally you're sitting on a chair. Weight is back now, but instead of sticking the bum out, we're thinking of tucking it underneath here, so core is engaged. Feel those thigh muscles wrap around and underneath. Feel the shake already. Have a little look down and just check that your knees aren't overshooting your toes, so we're sitting back here. And as we inhale, our fingertips are raised up to the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders away from your ears. So if you need to bring them down a little bit here, palms facing in. So we come back on an inhale. We're going to float into this position a few times now. As we exhale, come back up to straighten the knees as the palms come down. Lovely, here we go. Inhale now, send the weight back into the heels, chair pose. Lift the chest away from the thighs. Exhale, we straighten the knees to come back. Lovely, one more time, here we go. Inhale now, raise the arms as we sit back into the heels. Tuck that pelvis underneath, lengthen that tailbone. And from here, as we straighten the knees, now we're going to shift our weight into our right foot as we start to peel the left foot off the mat, straighten the right leg. We come into our one-legged Tadasana. Whew. Feel the ankle turn on already. Keep a little soften in that right knee here. And we're thinking of drawing the left knee in towards the belly. You can do whatever you want with this left foot. You want to come to a few little circles. Relax those shoulders, see if you can smile. And then from here, placing the left foot down on the floor as we send the prayer hands up to the sky. Inhale in. And then as we exhale, bow the body down over both of the legs, deep forward fold. Ooh, let the head hang nice and heavy here. And then as you take an inhale, come up to halfway, your version. So hands can come up the legs here or maybe onto your blocks, just to close that gap off a little bit. Spine is lovely and long. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more inhale. And then as we exhale, fold the body back over as we plant the hands. And from here, we're going to step the left leg back long on our mat now. Good. Have a little ground through that front right foot again. So have a little play with maybe lifting the toes off from the mat and then placing them back down. And then engage your core, so belly button to spine. If you did yesterday's core workout, then you should feel this burn already. Here we go. Inhale now to reach both hands up to the sky as we come to our crescent lunge. Hug those inner thighs in. And again, try and use that grounding through that front foot that we just did. Take one more inhale now. Lift the chest a little bit. And then as we exhale, float the hands down to frame the front foot. Push away from the floor and send the right leg back to the left, and we'll just take a little flow to warm ourselves up a bit. Inhale to look and shift forward, and then exhale to lower the body down, maybe in between your blocks like mine. Untuck the toes, and as you inhale, rise the body up to cobra. Soft, soft shoulders. Exhale to float back down. Whew. Inhale now, push back through the knees, tuck those toes underneath, and send that bottom up to your first downward facing dog. Lovely, friends. Have a little pedal when you get there if you want. Maybe just keeping the knees nice and bent. And breathing as you do this. Good, and take an inhale here. And as you exhale, shift the body forward as we step the left foot through the hands at the very top of our mat. Here we go, we're coming into our crescent lunge on the other side now. So do all your Pada Bandha through your left foot, and then when you're ready, take an inhale to raise both arms up to the sky. Crescent lunge. Feel that grounding through the left sole of the foot into the floor. Core is truly engaged from yesterday. Take an inhale now, lift up even more. And then as we exhale, float the hands down to frame the front foot. Lovely, bending into the back knee a little bit now. Take a big step to join the other foot at the top of your mat. Lovely, come to halfway now on an inhale, create some space. And then exhale, soften the knees and float the body down, deep forward fold. Here we go, we're coming back to our chair pose now. So if you want to hug those feet in together, getting ready to send the weight back into the heels now. Inhale, here we go, lift the body up, chest away from the thighs. Send that weight back into those heels. Can you reach the arms up even more? Then as we exhale, start to shift the weight into the left foot this time as we draw the right knee to chest. One-legged Tadasana. Ooh. Ground down through all four corners of that left foot. Core is engaged, soften into that left knee. Try and relax the shoulders if you can. And then placing the foot down now as we inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale, float them down either side this time. Oh, have a little wiggle of the shoulders. Legs are starting to turn on. And then here we go, lovely people, back into our chair pose. Take an inhale to send the weight back, chair pose. Tuck the pelvis underneath. Lift the chest away from the thighs. Can you sit back even more? And from here, as we exhale, we're going to draw our palms together now at our heart. And then twist our body to the right-hand side now as we connect the outside of the left elbow with the outside of the right knee. This is our twisted chair pose. So we're pressing our right hand into our left now. Think of the right elbow coming up to the sky. Keep breathing with me. Can you test your balance even more? And maybe look up to the sky, over the right shoulder. Keep sending that weight back. Good, lovely. Then here we go. Slowly bring the gaze down to the floor now as we transfer our weight into our right foot. Start to peel the left foot off the floor. Can you maybe lift it up and then start to send it back on your mat? Feel that wobble. I'm with you. And then step it all the way back on your mat to our twisted lunge. How did you do? I'm sweating and shaking already, I feel you. Press that right hand into the left. Take an inhale, can you lift the gaze from here? And then exhale, send your belly button to spine. Good, lovely. From here now, inhales, we cartwheel the right arm over the top to come into our open twist. Lift the heart to the sky. Plant through that right foot here. Good, and then as we inhale, reaching the right arm up as well. And then exhale, draw the hands down to your heart. Well done. Good, softening into that back knee now. We're going to take a big step to the very top of our mat. And then if we can, keep lifting the left knee up to the chest. One-legged Tadasana again. Core is engaged. Feel that ankle nice and turned on. And then from here, we're going to take hold of the left leg with the right hand now and see if we can inhale and reach the left fingertips to the back of our mat. Can you take your gaze with you? Think of pressing the hand into the knee and the knee into the hand here. Take one more inhale in, reach the fingers back. And then as we exhale, come back to center now. As we bring the left foot into our tree pose on this side. So we're connecting the sole of the foot into the inside of the thigh, or perhaps the inside of the calf here. And use that energy between the foot and the leg, pressing in together to open up that lovely knee. Stay with me. I know you can feel your ankle. I can feel it too. Use those feet into the floor. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. I have no idea what my hair is doing. I now have a fringe that's come from the top. It's all good, baby. Here we go. Take one more inhale now as we reach that knee back up to the chest. Send the fingers to the sky. Exhale, plant it down as we fold over the body. Deep forward fold. Oh yeah. Here we go. Inhale, halfway lift. Well deserved. And then exhale, just soften the knees and then slowly roll up to standing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back, round and down. Well done, friends. I'm fully sweating, just so we're aware. Good, here we go. Let's bring those feet to really kiss together again. Get your foot lock into the floor and we'll come to the other side. Here we go. Take an inhale. Send the weight back into the back of the heels now. Tuck that pelvis underneath. Can you reach those fingers up even more? And then as we exhale, draw the palms to the heart center. And we're twisting to the left side this time. Connect the outside of the right arm to the outside of the left leg. And then think of pushing into each palm to bring the body away. Twisted chair. Just Just have a little look down, see if your knees have completely come to different positions here, and just equal that right one back. Can we take our gaze with us? Maybe. Use those feet. Use that core from yesterday. Lovely. Take one more inhale in. And then exhale, slowly bring the gaze down to the floor now. Here we go. Find a focal point on the floor and start to shift the weight into the left foot. Core is engaged. When you're ready, start to peel the right foot off the floor any amount. Feel that wobble. And then start to pass it back on the mat. Can you step it back long to come to our twisted lunge on the other side? Whoo. Press out through that back heel. And maybe we can lift the gaze up to the sky, make it feel lovely. Take an inhale in here. Exhale, engage the core. Here we go. Now inhale, we're cartwheeling that left arm forward first as we open up to our lovely open twist on the other side. This should feel suitably yummy after that. Take an inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale to sweep the left arm through this time. Inhale up at the very top. And then exhale, draw the palms down towards the heart, bend into the right knee this time. And then take a big step to the top of the mat as we draw the right knee to chest now. One-legged Tadasana. We've been here before. Here we go. Bring the left hand to come across the front of the right knee. And maybe as we inhale, we can reach the right fingertips back on our mat. So staccato. Good. Press the leg into the hand and the hand into the leg here. Make sure that belly button's traveling to your spine. Take one more inhale. Can you look back at this time? And then exhale now as we swing the arm underneath and come to our tree pose on this side. Again, we're connecting the sole of the foot with the inside of the leg, maybe at the top of the thigh, or maybe just onto the inside of the calf. Palms come together. Feel into that leg. Switching on here, and use energy from your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. Here we go, stay with me. Take an inhale now as we release the foot. Send the fingertips nice and high. Knee comes to chest one more time. And then take an exhale, release the foot, bow the body over the legs, deep forward fold. Whew. Inhale, come to halfway, your version. And then exhale again, soften the knees as we bow the body over, rolling up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back, round and down. Have a little wiggle around of those feet. You should feel all the muscles around the ankle really starting to work now. Good, then here we go. Come to bring your feet to about hips width apart. First, again, pick those toes off. Make sure we're grounding down through all lovely four corners of the feet and start to shift your weight now into your right foot. And as we inhale, we're peeling the left leg off the floor as we reach the fingers up to the sky, one-legged Tadasana. We've been here before. Soften into that right knee a little bit. Take an inhale in here. And then as we exhale, as you draw the palms down towards the heart, we're going to start to tip the body forward now as we send the leg back to a little variation of Warrior 3. Keep the body going forward as much as you can and the leg coming back. And then when you get there, dial those left toes down to the floor. This is when, if this becomes a bit too much, grab your trusty blocks just to close that gap between you and the floor. You can soften into that right knee here. Core is engaged, send it right the way up to the sky. If you're staying here, make sure the shoulder blades are traveling back And then we're going to bend into that right knee even more as we start to shift back and then step the left leg back on our mat. Well done. Take an inhale, reach the hands up. And then as we exhale, we're going to rotate the arms round to the side and come into our eagle arms. Our left arm is going to come underneath as we bend at the elbows and see if we can maybe take a bind here. If not, don't worry. If maybe the backs of the hands come together, this is really great. Hug those inner thighs in. And release the shoulders away from the ears. Good, lovely. Take one more inhale in. And then as we exhale again, we're bending into that back knee. Transfer the weight into your right foot as we take a big step to the top of our mat. Lovely, here we go. Either from here now, coming back into our one-legged Tadasana, or maybe sitting back into those hips to take the left leg crossing over the right. Maybe see if you can bind that left foot round the back of the right calf to come to our eagle pose. If not, and you want to place your toes on the floor, this is a great place to be as well. Find your focal point in front of you. And remember to breathe. Sit back into those hips. Stay with me, lovely people. We're almost there. Lovely. When you're ready now, as we inhale, release the leg and we release the hands up now to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to float the left arm down, keeping the right fingertips facing up. And we're going to draw the left heel to our bum now as we take hold of the top of the foot. Again, you can soften into that right knee. We're thinking of tucking that pelvis underneath here. This is a little prep for our final dancer's pose. Drawing the left heel to you. Here, reach the right fingers up. Think of the knees being parallel if you can. And then let go of the foot as we inhale, one-legged Tadasana once more. I know you hate me, please don't. And then exhale, draw them down to your heart. Whew. Wow, well done. Here we go, start to transfer your weight into your left foot this time. And then as we inhale, we're going to start to peel the right foot off the floor as we reach the right knee to chest. Core is engaged. Fingers are turned on. Relax those shoulders. And soften into that left knee. Take an inhale here, lift up. And then as we exhale, draw the palms down as we transition forward. Send the leg back to our warrior three on the other side. Good, lovely everyone. Remember those blocks are there for you if you have them. Dial those right toes down to the floor here. So both of our hips are nice and parallel. Send your belly button up to the sky. Feel that wobble. And then when you're ready, bend into the left knee even more as we step the right leg back long on our mat to our lunge. Send those fingers high now, inhaling. And then as we exhale, we're coming to our eagle arms on the other side now. So bending at the elbow, seeing if we can take a little bind. Ooh. Feel that wobble, ground through that left foot here. Take an inhale in. And then as we exhale, bend into the right knee this time. Core is engaged. And we'll step to the top of our mat. Right foot is on the ball. And then maybe we'll come to bind our right leg over the left as we sit back into our hips here. Maybe you can take the bind with the foot around the back. Or maybe not. Maybe you just come to place the toes on the floor. And remember to breathe. Find your focal point. Core is engaged, shoulders are soft. Coming to our last few moments. Here we go, lovely friends. Take an inhale now as we release the foot, release the hands. Oh, lift the heart. And then exhale as we keep the left fingers up Float the right hand down now, and then we're drawing the right heel to our bum as we take hold of the right foot. Again, we're just drawing the foot towards our bum, stretching out that lovely thigh muscle. Lengthen that tailbone underneath. Oh yeah. See if you can get the knees to be parallel. Here we go. And release the foot now. Take an inhale, sweep the knee back up to the chest, lift the arm. And then exhale, replant that foot. And bring the palms down to your heart. Fantastic work. Here we go. Soften the knees now. Inhale, sweep the arms down to come up. Extended mountain pose. And then exhale, float the body down over the legs, deep forward fold. Inhale, come to halfway lift. And then exhale, plant those hands. Step one leg back at a time. And then take a lovely flow to finish. Inhale, float up to cobra. And then exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. Have a pedal out of those lovely legs and feet that have just done all that wonderful work. And then when you're ready, bringing the knees down to the mat now and take them round to one side as we come to sit on our mat. Have a little wiggle. You should be able to feel maybe lots of sensations going on in the legs right now. Take a few little shoulder rolls. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out of the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me for day 5 of your Find Your Inner Dancer challenge. Please stick with it. You've got one more day to go. You are so close, and I'm so excited for you to find your version of your dancer's pose. It's going to be incredible. Please subscribe if you feel like it, and share this video with as many people as you want to. Like it, comment. I would love to hear what you all think, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow for day 6, and we can all dance around in our dancers' poses. But from my heart to yours, and from my home to yours, namaste.